I'm Shae Russell for mining.com.au, and joining me today is Peter Bewick, the Managing Director for Hamelin Gold. Peter, how are you today?
I'm very good, Shae, and great to be with you.
It's great to have you back on, especially when it comes to talking about one of my favourite metals, and that is gold. Now, before we get into some of the projects you're working on today, I want to kick off with some words I haven't seen in an announcement before, and that is Ultrafine. Tell me, what is this technology that you are using at the moment?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a little while. We've been doing some trials and orientations of this technology, which was developed through a program which my previous company, we were founding sponsors of a CSIRO-run research project, which was essentially trying to focus on using or developing a technology that can be used in undercover areas, that can be used to amplify geochemical signatures where the signatures are very weak. Now, the technology is proprietary, but it's now commercially available, and that's a real change for the industry. But it's still trying to build up a sort of an encyclopedia of examples of where it does work and where it doesn't. And the concept behind using it in these desert environments is you have a lot of sand at the surface, so there's not a lot of geology sticking out of the ground, and you need a way in which you can sort of deplete that sand signature and enhance the metal signature. And some of the examples we've got have been outstanding, and it's really moved us very quickly forward in some of these really tough and challenging, technically challenging areas.
Speaking of encyclopedia of examples, love that turn of phrase, by the way. You are trialling this out at your Anderson project located in the wheatbelt of Western Australia. Tell me, how is this going?
Yeah, no, we've just finished the very, very first roadside sampling. So this is an area of farmland, so there's crops on the fields at the moment. So the only sampling we can do without disturbing the landowners is roadside sampling. And it's an area that was sampled previously using conventional soils, and they generated an area of interest. What we've done now is gone back with the ultrafines to see what would happen if we actually did the same sampling of the same area using a different technology. And those results have been phenomenal. They've really dragged out a lot more detail in the anomalism, but also given us up to 0.2 grams per tonne gold at surface in this sampling area, under sand cover, which really it's our highest result we've received in using this technology anywhere in the state. So it's kind of cool. It's in a very interesting, underexplored part of WA, and we're fascinated to go back and follow up with some more sampling over the summer months.
But before the summer months come, you've actually tried this technology, this Ultrafines technology, out at your Jazz prospect. And did it help you identify new targets out here?
Yeah, it was a great result. We announced the results of this program only on Monday. It was part of a much larger program. So we've gone from orientation to trial and now to sort of application across the project, where we tested 10 regional targets across the West Tanami, which is a huge part of the Tanami Desert. And one area that really jumped off the page was this Jazz prospect, which is just to the west of our Salton Gold Corridor. And here, because ultrafines, we don't just sample for gold, we sample for a suite of elements. And those elements give us lots of information about what's going on under the sand. So the amplification we see in gold, we also see in elements like copper and some of the pathfinder elements that we're interested in. And what it showed us was not only an extension of the gold system, so this is now turning into a large gold footprint, but it also showed us anomalism in a number of pathfinder elements, which said to us, this is a big hydrothermal alteration footprint. It's the sort of footprint that you see over other large gold systems in the Tanami. And it's what we had actually been missing in some of the other target areas we've been working on, is we'd seen gold, but we hadn't seen the big footprint of the alteration. And that's really exciting. And so exciting to the point where we just grabbed a rig at short notice. We managed to find the contractor we wanted to work with, and the rig started spinning on Sunday. So it won't be long before we start seeing some results from this program.
It's great that you've been able to mobilise a rig so quickly. Obviously, the field season is drawing to an end in the West Tanami. So what does the next couple of months look like for Hamelin Gold?
Yeah, so drilling quite busily at the moment. The rig is going very quickly and getting a lot of holes in the ground, which is great news for us. That drilling will take us through to the end of October, early November. We'll then demobilise out of the Tanami. And that gives us the opportunity now to work in the southern half of Western Australia around projects like Anderson, where we've got what we call the cricket season. It's the area that's not great time to be up in the Tanami. It's wet, it's fires and floods, and it's not the nicest place to be. But now we've got this back-to-back field program down the south where we can continue our work on applying this new technologies, identifying new areas to drill, and it gives us that 12-month coverage of exploration activity, which is what we've really been looking for over the last couple of years. So an exciting few months ahead.
Yes, there'll be no quiet Christmas period for you, which is great. I hope you come back on and share the details of these results. Listen, it was great having you here, Peter. Thanks once again.
Thanks, Shae.